everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Rachel.
I'm Nikki, and we're the Stitch Sisters.
Yes, we are, and today we are bringing you a very exciting video because for the first time in a long time,
yes,
we are talking patterns.
Actual sewing stuff.
Yes, actual sewing stuff. So if you want to hear all about the patterns that we're planning on making this autumn, then keep watching.
So this video is all about us making a new dress for the autumn, and we did think for a while we were fully loaded with homemade dresses, and I have a lot, especially summer dresses, but not so much on the autumn range.
Yeah.
So we've both felt that we wanted to make a new dress for the autumn. So we've picked 3 patterns, and we've also picked 3 fabrics from the lovely Minerva, and we're going to leave it up to you guys to choose which ones we should make.
Yes, we haven't got you to vote for a make of ours since we did the Socialite Soiree dresses.
Oh, that was
how
a
many
while
years
ago.
was that now? So we thought it'd be really fun. It's really hard, isn't it, to narrow it down when you've got a few options. So we thought if we come up with 3 options that we like,
yes,
all serving slightly different purposes, then we can let you guys pick the one that you'd most like to see us make, and we are going to stick to it. So
yes,
whichever one you vote for, we will make it.
Absolutely. So let's go through our first dress choices each. Now we've got our phones because we can't remember all these details, so you'll have to excuse us.
If we're looking at our phones, that's why.
That's why.
So in terms of my patterns, I wanted something that was a transition piece. I wanted something that was going to allow us to, you know, to go from summer into autumn.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be like a full autumny like dress, but just something that I can layer up or layer down or whatever. So a nice transition piece. And the test that I gave, because I initially thinking I would struggle to find 3 patterns, I found about 10 that I wanted to make. So my criteria for narrowing that down was that they had to be dresses that I could wear with any of my shoes. So I needed to be able to wear them with DMs, with trainers, or with heels or sandals, and that they would work. So they needed to be really versatile in that sense. I also wanted dresses that I didn't need to wear any particular kind of underwear for. So just whatever.
What, no underwear
everyday,
at all?
No, definitely underwear, but whatever comfy everyday underwear I wanted to wear. I didn't feel like I needed to suck myself in or wear any kind of control pants or anything like that, or wear a strapless bra or whatever. Comfortable.
Yes.
And then the third criteria was it needed to be something that I would feel comfortable wearing even when I didn't have anywhere special to go.
Yes.
So something I could wear to, maybe not to walk the dog, but to run to the shops, to catch up with friends, to have a day at work, to do any of those things, or even wear on a night out. So I wanted something I could dress up or dress down.
I had a similar criteria. I have a lack of longer sleeved dresses in my wardrobe, so I wanted something with a sleeve of some kind. I know that even if it's got a half sleeve or a 3/4 sleeve, I could make that a long sleeve if I wanted to. So I'm thinking about, depending upon which one you guys choose, I might make it slightly longer in the sleeve. Again, I wanted something comfortable, and I did want something that would go from day to night quite easily. We go out for dinner quite a lot, and they're not always fancy places.
Not we, her family.
My family go out for dinner quite a lot, and so I thought I wanted something that could easily be worn in the day, but also would be comfortable and nice enough to wear of an evening as well if I got dressed up. So that kind of thing, that's what I was looking for.
Lovely. So should we start with the first patterns then?
Yes.
Go ahead and tell us what your first pattern is.
My first pattern is the Rory dress, and it's from Juliana Martejev. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but anyway, I fell in love with this pattern. I'll just bring it up so that we can see. It is a V-neck. It's got quite a low V at the front. It's got a little short sleeve, but I feel that that's probably enough. I could put a cardigan over the top if I wanted to, but it's a very simple style of dress. It's princess seams all the way down the front, and it slightly flares at the bottom, but I liked the simplicity of this. I liked the fact that I could really see the fabric in the one that she had made, rather than the pattern being too overwhelming. I just loved the simplicity of it. So that's what I fell in love with this dress for. And the fabric I've gone for to go with it, Minerva Core range linen look crepe. and I'm thinking of doing it in this denim blue colour, which is basically very similar to the dress in the pattern.
Yeah.
I sometimes can't get over if I fall in love with a pattern and it's the image of the dress, I want to make it exactly as it is. I do that quite a lot. But I think it's a really versatile colour. It's something that I could easily dress up or dress down, and I could wear all kinds of different boots and shoes and things like that with it, and make it feel special if I wanted to, but it would be, because it's that denim look colour, it would be very wearable day to day. Yeah. So that's my first one.
Lovely. Well, that's a great option. I think that's really versatile, like you say, and can definitely be dressed up or dressed down. So for my first pattern option, I've gone with one from Fibre Mood, and I've already forgotten the name of it, so I'm very glad that we do have our phones handy.
Menopause is live with you today.
Yes, absolutely. So it's the Gladys dress from Fibre Mood.
Nice.
And the thing that I like about this dress is it's a kind of midi length. I wasn't looking for a maxi length. I wanted something that was a looser fit, but I didn't want it to be too voluminous.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that this kind of skims over the hips. Then you've got this ruffle at the bottom, but it's just one tier and it's not heavily gathered, so it's not particularly poofy, which I like. It's got, I can't tell whether it's elasticated or drawstring waist, but it cinches in at the waist. Either of those are super comfy. Like this one just means you can put it on and off, which is great. And I like the V-neck on it. And the buttons up the front. I also like the fact that it has a sleeve, but it's not a big poofy sleeve. I'm kind of over the big poofy sleeves. So I want something that I can easily fit in and out of cardies. So the reason this dress appeals to me is because I wanted something that I could layer in terms of putting a roll neck underneath it.
Yes.
But before we get into that, whether maybe just a t-shirt underneath it or something, a vest top or something like that. But then I also wanted to be able to fit a cardie over the top of it, because I quite like these kind of dresses with a long line, oversized slouchy cardie, which just kind of dresses it down a little bit. And I can definitely imagine wearing it with my DMs. So as soon as I saw the pattern, I straight away thought I wanted it in a black ditzy floral fabric. So I managed to find one that I really like on Minerva, and it is a Lady McCalroy. It's been a while since I've said that. I had to check with the Scots speaker if I was saying it right. Lady McCalroy. So it's a black base, and then it's got red and white flowers on the top of it. And that's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm imagining that I could put it on with a pair of heeled boots or a pair of heeled sandals if I wanted to wear it and be slightly smarter. But I'd imagine I'm going to wear it most with my DMs and a slouch cardie. But then it would look really nice with a proper black coat if you were going out for dinner or something. But also you could wear it with a nice leather jacket as well. Kind of ditzy floral goes really well with denims, and it also goes really well with leather and stuff. But it's also the sort of dress that you can wear a denim jacket over the top of it. You can wear a blazer over the top of it. So it's just really kind of versatile, and that's exactly what I wanted. I specifically wanted a crepe. And I prefer a viscose crepe if I can find one to polyester, just because it feels a bit nicer on your skin. And the reason I wanted a crepe is because with these kind of dresses, I get put off washing them too often if ironing them is going to be a nightmare. And sometimes when you make them out of like a viscose challis or something like that, it comes out of the washing machine like a screwed up little ball, and then it takes ages to iron it. So with a crepe, I find that you can pretty much take it out of the washing machine and put it on. Often it's almost dry as soon as it comes out as well. Especially
if it's got ruffles and things like that. I don't mind ironing, but if something's got loads of ruffles and it comes out in a ball, it's a nightmare.
It's the gathers and the ruffles that I find are a nightmare with the other fabrics. So I just thought a crepe would be the perfect option, and that's the one that I've gone for.
Lovely.
So that is dress option one for both of us.
Yes.
Tell us about your dress option number two.
This is Simplicity pattern. So it's the S9678, and this is another long sleeved dress. I will make the long sleeved version, which I'm going to put up here, but I actually like all three versions, and I've got lots of fabric in my stash that I could make multiple versions of this. I like it because it has these little flutter sleeves, but I like the long sleeve version. I think there's a bit of shearing, a bit of elastic going on around the waist. You've got that tier, but there's only one tier, so it's nothing too fancy. But it is quite high up, and I think it would just be really nice to wear with heeled boots.
Yeah.
But also you could wear it with trainers, and you could wear it with all kinds of different things. So I fell in love with that one.
Yeah.
That
drop waist ruffle or tier
yes.
layer is quite in at the moment, isn't it?
Yes.
And I think that it's in that kind of style and in the right fabric, a drapey fabric, it's actually more flattering than you might think, because it is only soft gathers.
Yes.
So even though it's hitting at the fullest part of your hips, I think it creates, because you've got the very kind of slimmer portion above it creates a really
sheared
nice silhouette.
Yeah, it's got shearing or elastic around the cuffs as well, which I love on a dress. It's just something really comforting about a long sleeve, and I'm obsessed with how long things come in my arms anyway. So I can make that as long as I want. I can make it come down over my hand if I want to, because you've got the shearing and then you've got that extra ruffle at the end. So I really liked this dress. Fabric wise, it's one of the Minerva Core range, and it's called Confetti Cascade, and it's a viscose chalet. So this one I think will feel really nice as well. It will feel nice to wear.
Yeah.
I think it will be really, again, one of those that won't take an awful lot of care. It will kind of look after itself. But I just loved the colours, and I thought that
Colours
really
are gorgeous.
dark, sort of like tealy, petrol-y blue would be a really good base colour to wear a lot of the things that I've got. Imagine it with my silver boots. I think just
yes, that would be a lovely look.
What's your one?
So my next one is the ultimate comfort dress. So this is a Vicky So's pattern, and it's called the Andy dress, and it's basically like a long line polo shirt. And I just love the simplicity of it. What I particularly love about it is those super long sleeves with the little thumb holes.
Yes.
Which is just like being able to wear it's like hugging yourself all the time.
I can imagine wearing it on really cold days.
Well, I
just
wanted
kind of the thought of putting your arm in the coat sleeve, and you've actually still got gloves attached already. It's like being a child again.
Well, you could definitely make a more wintry version to get that feel, but because I see this as more of a transition piece, what I'm envisaging is it in a lightweight knit.
Okay.
A really lightweight sweater knit. So I've had this t-shirt dress that I bought. It's just from H&M, and I bought it after my first operation, where I had, I don't know how much you guys know about this, but I had a stoma for a while. I had an ileostomy, so I had a stoma bag, and at the time that I first got that done, I was kind of thinking that it was going to be impossible to wear normal clothes. So I ended up buying these t-shirt dresses, which were just oversized t-shirt column dresses straight down, and it just meant it skimmed over everything, and it was perfect for when it was warm, but it was still comfortable, and it wasn't showing off my bag. As it turned out, once I got used to it, I could wear most normal things anyway. So but this one t-shirt dress, this black one, I ended up living in, and I still wear it all the time now. So it made me realise that I actually, even though it wasn't a style I would have picked for myself before, I really love a column dress, just a straight, straight from shoulders,
not
all the
too
way
fitted.
down.
We don't want it fitted. We don't want it showing off all
It should skim over
lumps and bumps.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, I don't want to wear any like Spanx or special underwear or anything like that with it. But the other thing that it needs is a slit in the side, because that makes it comfortable to walk in. But I think it also makes it a little bit more kind of edgy, sexy, because you're wearing quite a lot of fabric, and so it's nice to have a little bit of a peak of skin in there somewhere. But what I love about this one is it's got that polo collar.
Yes.
And I'm just imagining it in such a soft, buttery, lovely sweater knit, and I found the perfect one from Minerva, and it's a meat milk fabric, and it's one of their Lima sweater knits. What I like about it, because Minerva do have a really good range of sweater knits, but what I particularly like about this one is that it is 100% viscose. So it's not a viscose blend, but it is 100% viscose.
And have you gone for black?
It's actually 100% Lenzing Eco Vera viscose.
Ooh.
Yes. So initially I envisaged it in a khaki colour, or sort of olive green colour, but this t-shirt dress that I love is black, and that's really what I'm trying to recreate, because I just know how much I'll wear it. So I think I will go black, and I've convinced myself that because it's 100% viscose, it will be a bit smoother and therefore won't attract quite as much dog hair. Because I've got a light coloured dog and she does shed, and so black knits don't always go as well. But this viscose t-shirt dress actually withstood that quite well. Yeah. So I'm thinking if this is 100% viscose, that's going to be a safe option as well.
And then you can always find, if you love it, if you make the black one, which makes sense because if you're trying to replace the summer black one for a winter or autumny black one, then it makes sense to replace that. But you could always find an olive fabric and make another one.
Yes,
and absolutely. Even one that's maybe slightly heavier as you go into the winter months. I could see you making a few of those if it was chosen.
Yeah, absolutely. And also the thing that I like with this one that I'd like to prove to all of you guys is that you can be curvy, you can have lumps and bumps. That doesn't mean that you can't wear those kind of straight up and down sort of more columny styles, which generally we associate with people with model proportions, which clearly I don't have. But when I figured out that this t-shirt dress actually really suited me and made me feel really good,
it's very flattering.
I think so. And it just means that, you know, it kind of pushed my perception a little bit of what I could and couldn't wear. Yes. And I think it might do that for you guys too.
Excellent. Right, are we on to number 3?
We are on to number 3.
Already? Yes. Now, I don't want to say that this is my favourite because I really, truly love them all. Yes. But I really like this one too because I'm not going to choose which is my favourite. But this one is a Soho House 7 wrap dress. And I completely fell in love with this because of the wrap, because of the neckline, because of that kind of almost like that sort of Japanese style belt round it. Obi belt, and I like the kind of the semi collar, if it is a collar. It might just be a bit of a fold.
Rolled collar, like a shawl collar.
I liked, and this one it isn't a long sleeved. This is a short sleeved. But again, I think if I've chosen the right fabric, I can get away with it in those autumn months.
Doesn't it have a long sleeve option? I think it might do.
Does it? I don't know. Let's have a look. It's got a slightly more. It's got a cap sleeve version. Yeah. So I'd probably make that version just because I want a little bit more coverage.
But it's a grown-on sleeve, so there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't extend that. In fact, you could use our sleeve hacking class to help you do that.
Yes. And then I could make it whatever length I wanted. But wrap dresses are something that I have always liked, but I've never particularly found any that particularly suit me. Soho House 7, I've made quite a few of their patterns, so I feel as if I'm kind of, I think it would suit me. I think my body proportions and things, it would suit me. So I just love this, and I saw this as one that would really be a day-to-day dress. Yeah. Because although it's, you know, not your jumper dress, I just feel as if this would just be as comfortable.
Everybody's got a different idea of comfort.
But I like that kind of cinched inness at the waist. And I think it would also transition from day to night quite nicely as well.
But also because it is a wrap and because it's a tie waist, then you get that cinched in feel. But on some days you'll cinch in a bit more because you want to feel a bit more put together, and then some days you'll tie it really loosely and just be a lot more comfy. And at least you've got that option.
And again, I could put things under it. I could wear a vest under it. I could wear a roll neck under it because it's got that simplicity around the neckline and everything like that. So that's my third one, and the fabric to go with this one is a Meat Milk two-tone tensile twill. Yes. So it's got that gingham look. I've gone for this sort of two-tone. It's called Anchor, but it's like a slate grey with the pale grey as the other colour for the gingham. And I just thought I would just wear that all the time. Yeah. All the time. So, and I thought this fabric looked amazing. I was very tempted by the green. But I think
the grey is definitely a better.
The grey's a better,
I think. And one you'll wear more often.
Yeah, exactly. There's times when I think. And these are probably not as colourful as I would normally go for, but I've really tried to pick fabrics and colours that I think are more sensible for wearing day to day. Yeah. And we'll go with all the things that are already in my wardrobe, such as my boots and my DMs and coats and things like that. So, and I feel, I don't know about you, but I definitely feel like we are dipping our toe back into the world of sewing and showing the world. So I feel as if I want to get it right, and I don't want to do anything wrong. I want to get it absolutely right so that, you know, we're showing you something that you guys really like.
Yeah. Well, I think that's lovely. I would tencel is another fabric that I would just live in, have a whole wardrobe made from tencel if possible. But that's the first time I've seen it in like a pattern.
Yes.
I've only ever seen plain ones before. So, so that's really lovely.
Well, I think a winter gingham I think would be very wearable.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. So this is my third option is a Vogue pattern, and it's the V1933, which is a shirt dress basically. Now I know I've got lots of shirts or made lots of shirts, but what I like about this is the shorter length that I'm interested in. But I like the length of it because it is quite short.
Yes.
Not too short to be.
But you can make it any length you want.
Yeah, but I really like that length of it. So it's definitely on the shorter side, but it's not so short that it definitely looks like a shirt. But it's short enough that you could still wear it as an overshirt.
Yes.
So what I like about this one is the potential again to wear it as a dress.
Yeah.
But also to wear it as a shirt. Just wear it open over jeans or trousers or whatever. And I also think that it's not so short that if I wanted to cinch it in and put a little skinny belt around it or something like that, there's enough length to allow me to do that. What I like about this is the shape of it. So it kind of, rather than being straight down, it looks like it kicks out just slightly. It's got the vents in the side. And I like the sleeve. I like the idea of having that slightly long, but leaving it undone sort of sleeve. That sort of messy, just chucked on a random shirt, but I've also got heels on and makeup and I'm feeling very glamorous. But then at the same time, I think you could, like I say, you could chuck it on with boots or DMs or something, and it could just be an everyday in the winter or autumn winter piece.
You could even wear leggings under it on cold days or skinny jeans or anything
leggings
like
and
that.
Trainers would be a whole different look. So again, very versatile, and that's what I like about it. But for this one, I wanted a bit of a statement fabric, and I definitely wanted a bit of colour because I'd gone a bit neutral with the other options. So I have gone for this amazing John Caldor crepe. So again, it's another viscose crepe. Or actually no, this one might be polyester because it's loose, so loose fit, then I'm not worried about that. But it's these lilac and lime colours against the black and white, which just made me go, oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. And if you look on Minerva's website, because they've got on there underneath the fabrics, they've got things that other people have made, and it was those pictures that definitely sold this to me.
It's quite a big print, isn't it? So
so
it's, the fabric looks really fluid as well. It looks really sensual.
Yeah, but it's nice to see this. It is. It's nice to see the scale of it on other things that people have made. So somebody's made a really nice dress and somebody else has made a really nice skirt. And it just allows you to properly envisage what that's going to look like. So I think in that shirt pattern, I would wear that to death. I love the pops of fuchsia and I love the line.
Yes.
So, but also I don't have a lot of kind of more things that I can dress up or wear in the evenings on the dresses side. So that one really appeals to me.
Would be a good one. Excellent.
So there you have it. That's all three of our options each. We're only going to make one.
Yes.
Unfortunately, as much as we would love to make them all.
I'm not discounting the fact I might make all of them. But I'm going to start with one.
What we're trying to do differently now, because we know we're not making as much content, is we are trying to not have as many grand plans that we then have to scale back. But instead, we are trying to just make it sort of more achievable,
start with
more
one
realistic.
Thing.
Yeah, start with one thing and then see where you go.
Yes, but we're hoping that we might bring you a little video of us making them dresses as well. So like picking out our favourite bits or talking about the fabric or talking about the pattern when it comes. And then of course we'll do a kind of prancy pictures.
Yeah, we're not thinking full sew along. We are just thinking show you maybe a couple of the details or something like that, but to actually share some of the sewing process with you. And so what we'll do is we'll ask you, turn it over to you guys to vote. Yes. So we'll just put up on the screen now what my options are. So I've got these three here. And then Nikki's Options, so coming up now.
My 3 with my 3 fabrics,
Yeah.
so you can see them side by side and make your choice.
Now we don't want you to overcomplicate things and say we'd like you to make this pattern in that fabric, because that's not how this works. We just want you to pick option
1, 2 or
2 or 3 and write in the comments below and let us know which is your favourite, and we will tally those up, and whichever ones have the most votes for each of us, they're the ones that we are going to make. And then we will come back with another short video and let you know which ones have been chosen
in a couple of weeks.
Hopefully. Well, I think it could even be a bit sooner than that, but you've got to wait for
it depends.
We'll come back and we'll let you know which ones we're going to make, and we'll tell you about any modifications that we're going to need to make to the pattern and that sort of thing, and then we'll share a bit of the making process, and obviously then have a nice big reveal. So we hope you like this kind of new concept, and that you get to interact and participate in helping us decide what to make. We're really
styling
excited.
our wardrobe for us. This is amazing. So we can't wait to see what you vote for. We're very excited, and we hope you are too. So we'll see you next time with the grand reveal. In the meantime, get voting, and if you're looking for any inspiration or any sewing courses, pop over to the website, which I'll link below as well.
See you soon.
Bye.